I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcasted like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's the number one team rocking this universe, your main man, Uncle Freezie. And welcome to the premier Knicks in the Morning Time show. The Knicks Morning Drive. What's good, everybody? What's good? Hey. I'm looking extra gray this morning. I might need some more of that stuff for the bed. Yo, I noticed I'm looking extra gray this morning. I might have to put some more of that stuff on the bed, y'all. Some more. What do they call it? The Esquire shoe polish. I might have to get some more Keith Hernandez for the bed. I might be running out of the Keith Hernandez stuff. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good to see everybody. Corey Lee is in the building. Wiz, what's good? Woodshed 1914 is in the building. The big boss man is in the spot representing. Salute. Good mornings, wherever you are, in your cubicle, in your car, out on the road. For all my truckers that listen every day out on the open road, salute. Ajay is in the building. Salute, Ajay. Ajay, what's good, man? Building Blocks is in the building. What's good, man? What's good, y'all? Building Blocks starting already. Building Blocks starting. Man, stop picking on people early this morning, Building Blocks. Yeah. Prince Akeem, it is you. Yeah, salute, everybody. Yeah, Builder Block says, I'll put juices and berries in a bed like Prince Akeem from Coming to America. Prince Akeem, it is you. I can't believe it is you. Salute everybody. Almighty Finesse is in the building. Yo, welcome to the greatest fans in the world. Knicks fans, salute. I'm glad y'all are here. And I'm glad we get to share a little time together this morning so that we can talk that talk the way that we like to have that talk to us. I'm glad. Yeah, man. Salute everybody. So it's an important week in Knicks universe, right? This week is an important week in Knicks universe, and not that one thing is more important about everything, right? Like this is not a end all be all thing for the Knicks, but this week is a nice to have in my mind. In my mind, it's a nice to have week, right? It would be nice this week, excuse me, to beat the Bucks tomorrow, the Celtics, who I believe is a better team than Indiana, right? It'd be nice to get a victory over the Bucks and the Celtics in the same week and beat the best team coming out of the Western Conference. Right? Now, I know I may be in the small minority. I guess that's what minority means, right? Smaller than everybody else. So I may be in the minority, right? But I also feel like I can sway you guys if I outline some of the positives for a great week this week in Knicks universe. Right? Man, I look. Hey Mo, get extra strength. Get the extra strength. Keith Hernandez. I need that. Yeah, I need that Keith Hernandez extra strength this morning. So, but anyways, by beating the Bucks at home, by beating the Celtics or Pacers in Vegas, and then by beating whoever comes from the Western Conference, whoever it is, that make a difference. Whoever it is, as long as it's a good team, if we beat them and win the first in-season tournament, I'm certain some naysayers are going to be in the mode of, it's not important, the only things that matter to me are the NBA titles. Hit me back when the Knicks are hoisting the Larry O'Brien trophy. I'm sure there'll be a lot of naysayers. But what I'm going to say to you guys is this. What I'm going to say to you guys is this. I'm certain some things are important. The most important thing this week is this, though. The in-season tournament is something that all other teams are looking to win. The ones that are still left are looking to win it. And if you can beat them in high leverage games, I'll take that. Plus, it sends a message to the NBA that the Knicks are serious when the playoffs start. Right? It lets you know that the Knicks are serious players when the playoffs start. Right? And so for those that don't matter, that say things like that don't matter, I'd like for this team to have confidence and momentum going into the playoffs. Plus, the Knicks get to put something in their trophy room. The Knicks hadn't put a banner or a trophy, anything like that up since whatever. When's the last time the Knicks won the Eastern Conference? Right? When's the last time the Knicks had the league MVP or something of significance? So this right here is significant to me. Manchild is in the building. Manchild, what's good, man? Plus, if the Knicks beat the Bucks tomorrow and the Celtics on Thursday, the Knicks will be 14-7. The Knicks will be 14-7. And so it gives you that 14-7 record. All of a sudden, you're probably third, maybe second in the Eastern Conference. Third, probably, maybe second. Who knows? Right? You're second or third in the Eastern Conference. And now going forward, it impacts how you feel about acquiring talent to go on this playoff run. And I'm not going to lie to you. If the Knicks win this in-season tournament, I feel like the Knicks should push their chips into the middle of the table and go for it. Go for it. And salute to everybody coming in, man, drinking your coffee or your morning tea or whatever it is that you have. Salute to y'all. Salute. Salute to everybody getting off from work, maybe the third shifters in the kitchen, cooking something for breakfast as they get ready to lay it down for the day. Salute to those walking into work. Salute to everybody in the office, or whether you're in retail or whether you're out in the road, whether you're in a outdoor salesperson, trying to get that grind in before the holidays really kick in. Salute to everybody. Right? Salute to everybody. And so Manchild says to us, the question is, when did they win the Atlantic Division? Yeah. And so in theory, Knicks fans and the organization should probably approach this one game at a time. The most important game for some is the game against the Bucks tomorrow. Right? Let's not look at the future. Let's look at the right now. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay looking at the right now. Right? The Organic Fanatics is in the building. Salute. I understand that the Knicks should probably. Yo, JR is in the building. What's good, man? I understand that the Knicks approach should be one step at a time, right? And I agree. And I think Boston and Milwaukee are both too good to look ahead, right? I think I think Milwaukee is too good of a franchise to look past Tuesday night's game. De La Cruz is in the building. Salute. De La Cruz is in the building. So am I saying that the in-season tournament championship is important? Yes. Am I saying the games against the Bucks and Celtics are important? Yes. So and ultimately what I'm getting at is I feel like this team is good enough to get on the radar, right? Right now, I think we're slightly off the radar. At 12-7, there are a lot of teams around the NBA that have better records than us and may have more impressive seasons than us, like Minnesota, like Oklahoma City, like Orlando. They probably have more impressive seasons than us so far. By record, but what I will say is the Knicks have played a lot of tough teams thus far through their 19 games. Right? Yeah. Do what the Organics Fanatics show says. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. Come in and rock with us. Come in and sit back, enjoy yourself. No stress, man. We just kicking it. We just kicking it. Relax, unwind, just relax. It's a Monday, and I know the work week is starting in earnest. Just come in and kick it with us. No stress. We ain't wilding out. We're just trying to get this work week off to a good start. I got like a million tabs open, everybody. I'm sorry. So I have like a million tabs open. Right? People recruiting all the time, like sending you stuff, trying to get you to be down. Like people legit sending you like recruiting stuff all the time. Like, hey man, blah, 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 we're such and such. Okay. I'm gonna just talk to Knicks fans for a little while. So this week is going to be a sobering experience one way or the other. Right? One way or the other, this is going to be a sobering experience for us. Right? One way or the other. If we don't win, I think a playoff caliber team is going to show us our areas of improvement. And if we do win this in-season tournament, we're going to see where we are as an organization, and do we need immediate assistance or can we wait? So to me, the in-season tournament is kind of like the report card, right? It's going to be our report card, right? So it's the report card in a sense that, it'll give us a status update. How good are you? East Blue Jewels in the building. And in a high leverage game, we're gonna see how good some of our players are. White Falcon is in the building. We're gonna see some things. For instance, I'm excited to see how quickly Grimes and RJ step up in high leverage games. Right? It's going to be interesting to see. We know what the veterans are going to do, right? The veterans have proven that they're going to be a certain level of player. T. Smith is in the building. It's going to be interesting to see how RJ performs, how quickly performs, how Grimes performs going forward. King Ribby is in the building. King Ribby in here. Shout out to the greatest borough that has ever been created. Shout out to the borough that was handcrafted by God Almighty himself, the Bronx, New York. And shout out to the other boroughs too, Queens, Manhattan, Staten Island, Brooklyn. Billy Goat is in the building. Salute to the GOAT that is Billy. Billy Goat says, are you trading Grimes in a deal for DeRozan? Interesting. That's interesting. Billy Goat, let me ask you this, because I know you asked me this specifically, and I wasn't gonna go there. I was thinking more about Grimes being here for the long term, just getting better. But what else would be included in a package for DeRozan? Jake is in the building. Jake, good morning, man. Jake, what's good? My dog wilding out. Hold on, y'all. So a cat is in the yard, man. I don't know. I don't know what it is about my dogs and cats. I mean, why must they be like that? Why must they chase the cat? I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it because they never catch the cat, but it looks as if they just have fun doing it, right? I don't know why they must be like that. I don't know why they must chase the cat. All right. All right. Billy Goat says Grounds 48 and a first round pick protected for DeRozan. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I think there are going to be some teams that are interested in DeRozan. But here's the thing about DeRozan. So for the one time in recent memory, a player from another team actually said that New York is a destination for them. And I want to talk about that. I'm going to take out some time to talk about that just now. Alfred Griffin is in the building. Maybe it's the dog in them, right? Yeah, Alfred Griffin right on time. Hey, Alfred Griffin, right on time, right? So let's talk about DeMar DeRozan listing New York and Miami as potential trade destinations. Like, we hadn't heard him say it, but you know how these guys leak stuff out. They leak things, whatever. Let's talk about DeMar DeRozan listing New York and Miami over the Lakers and Clippers. Right? Usually, Nick G is in the building. Salute, Nick G. Right? Usually, the LA guys are like, nah, I ain't going to New York. You know, I'm an LA guy. I want to go play in LA somewhere. Right? Usually, the LA guys, you know who they are: Zach LaVine, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George. Usually those guys are like, no, it's LA or bust. Like the Chicago guys. The Chicago guys are always, it's Chicago or LA, right? But in this case, DeMar DeRozan leaked Miami or the Knicks. And it's interesting because This is the first time in a minute that somebody that's not here but is on another team is showing the Knicks love, right? How do you feel about that as a Knicks fan? As a Knicks fan, how do you feel about Jalen Brunson signing here as a free agent? How do you feel about Donovan Mitchell stating that he, or gave hints that he wanted to be a Knick? And how do you feel now about hearing DeMar DeRozan listing New York and Miami as his options? Is this not an unfamiliar territory? And no, that question is not rhetorical. It's not rhetoric. It's a legit question. How do you feel about New York all of a sudden being kinda on the radar of NBA players all of a sudden? Ivory 10 is in the building. Ivory 10 says the Knicks' reputation is making strides, but players do mention us as a possibility because they know it helps raise their stock if the Knicks are competing for their skills. Yeah, Ivory 10, the only thing about that is that can't backfire, right? That can't backfire because if you say you want to go to New York and then you're traded to New York, how does that help you go somewhere else? AJ says JB's dad works for the Knicks. That don't count. Well, maybe. 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 Hard Will is in the building. What I would say to it is I like it. Or what's the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie with Jesse the Body Ventura and Carl Weathers? What's the movie with Schwarzenegger and Carl Weathers and Jesse the Body Ventura? Y'all know which movie I'm talking about. Cause with the one where Jesse the Body Ventura is like, I like it. Predator, that's right, AJ, that's right. Predator, that's it. That's it. Big Buddy is in the building. Ivory 10, that's right, Predator. The movie where my man is like, man, we're gonna have to go out here and some of us might be. And my man is like, I like it. Yo, that one line to me, that one line and the when my man was like, bleed. Man, you're bleeding. I don't have time to bleed. That line too. Soul Finger in the building. Honestly, while I don't know for certain if DeMar DeRozan is a perfect fit, I don't know. I like the idea of adding talent. I like the idea of upgrading talent, right? I like the idea of upgrading talent, right? I think whatever it is they offer for DeRozan is an upgrade over the main pieces. So if you can change Fournier into a DeMar DeRozan, I think you have an obligation to do it. And then plus that money comes off the books at the end of the season. Why not do it? Right? Can a DeMar DeRozan and Julius Randle and RJ Barrett play together? In my mind, no. It's clunky, right? But can DeMar DeRozan and Julius Randle play together? Yes. Can DeMar DeRozan and RJ Barrett play together? Yes. In my mind, in my mind, the two RJ and Randall are not necessarily great fits for each other. But can DeMar DeRozan and Randall play together? In my mind, yes. Right? Can RJ and DeRozan play together? I think that's the best fit. I think a scenario where you put RJ Barrett, Jalen Brunson, DeMar DeRozan on the floor is weaponry. Now, mind you, I'm talking about, I'm not talking about personalities. I'm not talking about the chemistry stuff. I'm not talking about locker room stuff because we don't know. We won't know until we see it. But if we're talking about basketball stuff, on the court execution stuff, if we're talking about what type of basketball sets you can run with a fluid small forward and RJ Barrett together, magnifique. Right? And here's the other thing too. Here's the other thing. Generally, what happens, guys that rarely shoot the three or are not good 3-point shooters, they come here in Tibbs' system and they look like Dante DiVincenzo. Dudes that generally don't shoot the three look like Josh Hart from three when he first got here. Y'all remember Josh Hart was shooting 50% from three last year with the Knicks? Y'all remember that? I'll pull it up and put it on the screen. I'll put it on the screen. I'll show y'all. Sometimes I have to remind us, like sometimes things will happen and we'll forget about stuff. And I have to get in that Mary J. Blige mode of reminding people. I have to remind you that Josh Hart with the Knicks last year, Josh Hart in 25 games with the Knicks last year shot 51.9% from three over 25 games. Josh Hart, over 25 games, shot 51.9% from three. And I understand what someone will say, like, relax, Uncle Freezie. DeMar DeRozan has been from three for his entire career, but that's not his game. Right? Right? But what I will say is never mind that, like what people did for their career. Think about what Jalen Brunson looks like as a 3-point shooter. Think about what Jalen Brunson looks like as a 3-point shooter. Think about what he looked like in Dallas. And think about what he looks like now in Tom Thibodeau's system. Think about that 1 year Derrick Rose shot 40% from three when he was a major contributor with us. 2021. The son of the legend, Kerry Cox, is in the building. Think about that. Think about it. Right? Now, am I saying that DeMar DeRozan is going to come here and be Reggie Miller? No. What I'm saying is spacing and schemes, offensive sets have a lot to do with what a player does offensively. Think about the 3-point boost RJ Barrett got from Tibbs when Tibbs first got here. That boost RJ Barrett got from Tibbs, man, we thought RJ Barrett was going to be Klay Thompson, right? And I know it didn't last, but we don't need for it to last forever. We just need for it to last through June. Right? Once it lasts through June and DeMar DeRozan leaves and goes wherever he wants to, and the Knicks made some noise in the playoffs, everybody got what they wanted. Everybody got what they wanted, right? Just need a sec. Just had a telephone call come in. Y'all know how it is. So, all right. So there's that. Okay. So we don't need DeMar DeRozan to be the long-term answer. We need DeMar DeRozan to be the very, 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 very short-term answer. Because Brunson is the future. Right? Brunson is the future. But to quote a Mobb Deep song, right? Prodigy says, there's a war going on outside no man is safe from. You can run, but you can't hide forever from these streets that we done took. You walk around with your head down, scared to look. You shook because there's no such things as halfway crooks. And basically the reason why I quote that is because these playoff teams are really good, but they are in a arms race to improve over the course of the season. So when the playoffs get here, they won't be undermanned or overwhelmed by another roster. So if you're the Knicks and you feel like you're deep, okay. What's wrong with being deeper? Billy Goat says DeRozan is a stopgap until Donovan Mitchell becomes a free agent. Okay. Okay. Stopgap is good in certain instances. Stopgap is good. Right? You ever just got a scrape and you just washed it off? And you just washed it off and wiped it with peroxide or alcohol and just put a Band-Aid on it? Do you always go to the emergency room? No. You don't go to the emergency room for everything, right? Sometimes a stopgap is good. Dripmore is in the building. Parrish is in the building. The New York Knicks City and Squad is in the building. King Embert is in the building. G. Robinson is in the building. So, in case y'all can't tell, I am open to acquiring a player that helps this team in the short term and the immediate term. Like long term, we don't know. Because long term, we don't know what RJ is. We don't know what Quickly is. We don't know what Grimes is in the long term yet. They're still finding their way, right? But in the short term and in the intermediate term, I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm with some type of move. I don't know exactly what. So that's the reason why we have these conversations, because I feel like you guys have an opinion on where we should go also, right? You guys have an opinion on where we should go, right? You guys are smart. You guys follow the Knicks. You guys know where you feel like the Knicks should go. I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I don't have all the answers, but what I do know though is that a team like the Knicks that's on the fringe, that has good players and could be better, could use an infusion of talent. At what position? I don't know. Is it a stretch four off the bench? Is it a stretch four athlete, say a 6'9" athletic wing 3-and-D off the bench? Is it that guy? Is it that guy? I would say yes. And here's the thing, for those that don't understand why I say that, like for instance, you've heard me say Denny Avdija's name a lot, right? You've heard me say Denny Avdija's name a lot. And it's because he reminds me of a Ersan Ilyasova. He reminds me of a Franz Wagner light, right? A 6'9" guy that can dribble some, can shoot a little bit, can defend some, a conduit glue guy connector, right? A guy that's not the man, but he's the man next to the man next to the man, right? So he's not KG from Naughty by Nature, and he's also not Tretch from Naughty by Nature. So maybe he's Vin Rock, but the three of them are Naughty by Nature. Yeah, feel me? Like maybe he's not Fredro Starr. Maybe he's not Sticky Fingers. Maybe he's just Sun C. But all three of them together make something great. Right? Maybe he's not Charlie Brown. Maybe he's not Busta Rhymes. Maybe he's Dinko D. Right? Which that third person makes the group great. And I don't know why I brought up Leaders of the New School. Now I have that song in my head, Busta Rhymes, somebody infamous, something. I don't know why I did that. Now I have the song stuck in my head, but oh well, we'll rock. Right? So we don't need another Jalen Brunson, or we don't need another Julius Randle, right? But we could use a 6'9" guy that fits Tom Thibodeau's scheme, right? That fits Tibbs' scheme, is going to be a hard worker and is ready to win. And there are guys on losing teams right now that are just tired of losing. Right? Right? There are guys on teams, man, when you go to these arenas, when you listen to their post-game press conferences, when you listen to the JT Thors of the world or the Denny Avdija's of the world, they get tired of that big Knicks energy that invades their arena. And they're tired of losing. They want to go somewhere and be a winner. They want to go somewhere and be a winner. And can you blame them? Why not welcome them? Right? See, New Orleans is never going to trade the Knicks Trey Murphy III. He's going to be a megastar in this league. We're not going to get Trey Murphy, right? That's out. Small market teams are not just going to trade away like assets like that. They're just not. I'm sorry. It's just one of the things. It's reality. And we have to get back to life and back to that reality. Like no small market teams are White Falcon says Pascal Siakam. No. Pascal Siakam's not going to come here and come off the bench. He's not. Like some guys are not just going to cut. Like they're not going to. You have to set your sights at a different place, right? You have to set your sights at a different place, right? You know what I mean? You have to set your sights a little bit lower because you don't want a guy that's going to come here and overshadow Jalen Brunson. Why rock the boat? Why rock the boat? Right? You already have a good thing going. Why disturb the groove? Right? You can rock right now, right? Not do anything. You can not disturb the groove, right? And just continue on. Or you can bring someone in and mess up the chemistry, disturb the groove, and then before you know it, you're 45 and 37 and you feel like, you're one, man, next year be our year. Well, this year should have been your year. But you disturb the groove and it resets you a little bit. We know the Pelicans are not going to trade Brandon Ingram to the Knicks. We know we're not getting Zion. We know we're not getting Herb Jones. We know we're not getting Trey Murphy. But you could get Najee Marshall. Right? So you may not get Q-Tip. You may not get Fife Dog, but you might be able to get Ali Shaheed Muhammad. Right? So as a Knicks fan, when you already have a Ralph Tresvant and you already have a Bobby Brown, right? You already have a Johnny Gill. Why try to trade for a Michael Jackson or a Prince, right? When you could just trade for a Belle Biv DeVoe and have them do background. Right? And in the DeMar DeRozan thing, I think a DeMar DeRozan acquisition could fit seamlessly with the Knicks because of where he is in his career. Right? Damn, this smoker got it smelling good as hell in here. Hold on, y'all. Man, Mo got it smelling good as a morning in here, y'all. Mo got it smelling good as I don't know what in here. It smells like French toast and good God, man. If you're the Knicks, if you're the Knicks, do you really need another lead singer? No, you don't. You already have Jalen Brunson playing the best basketball of his career. And right now, he's a top 20 NBA player in my mind. Right? Right? So, do you need another lead singer? No. Do you need another backup singer? No. You have Randall. Randall's an all-star with the Knicks. Right? But can you come in? Can you acquire a guy and have a collaboration? A temporary collaboration, move on, right? DeMar DeRozan. See, because even though I've been on record saying Zach Levine, Zach Levine, Zach Levine, or Donovan Mitchell, Donovan Mitchell, Donovan Mitchell, and listen, Donovan Mitchell, I'm with, but with the recent play and attitude of Zach Levine, I'm backing off of that. I think he's radioactive right now. I don't know if we need the radioactivity here with a team that has pretty good chemistry. Kerry Cox, what are you thinking? Kerry Cox says, in that order. Meanwhile, Hope Grimes breaks out this fun. Well, okay, yeah, I'm with you. I could listen. I'm all for Grimes being a better player. Let's. What I notice is on game days or the day after games, I want to send I just want to send Grimes on a one-way rocket to the sun. But the further we get away from games, the more I like him. Which I know it sounds like a weird thing of frustration with Grimes, and it is. Let's identify it. Yes, he is very frustrating. Yes, to me, to me, right? At times I want to on game days, during games, and right after games, I want to put Quentin Grimes on a slingshot destination Sirius B, right? Right. But at the same time, the further I get away from games, I understand that young players need time to develop on developing teams. But this team here, I think, is on the cusp of not being a developmental team. I think this team is on the cusp of being a championship contender. What do y'all think? Tell me what y'all think. Is this team on the cusp of becoming a playoff contender? And how? Man, he is it hot outside? Hold on, y'all. It's cooking in here. Hold on. Ivory 10 says playoff contender or championship contender. Right. I get what you're saying. Right now, you can't deny that's not really Ivory 10, that's not really a great question in the fact that the Knicks have made the playoffs 2 out of the last 3 seasons. And the one season they didn't make it, the Knicks had injuries everywhere. The Knicks had injuries everywhere. Thank you. Right? Antonio is in the building. Yeah, and so if establishing the fact that the Knicks are a playoff contender, I think the only viable next step in our evolution is championship contention. There should be no other target in sight, right? The only target in sight should be championship contention. Oh, I just asked that. I'm sorry. Hey, I'm sorry. My bad. Ivory 10. If I asked that, I misspoke. I meant to say championship contention. I'm sorry. I misspoke. I'm sorry. Hey, thanks for pointing that out, man. I appreciate that. So the next target should only be championship contention because the Knicks are already a playoff contender, right? We saw them lose in a tough game 6 in the second round to the Miami Heat, who eventually lost in the championship. I think that's the next step, right? That makes sense, right? Does that make sense to most Knicks fans, or is it just me? Because if it only makes sense to me, y'all let me know. Y'all let me know if the Knicks should not be looking towards becoming a championship contender. Let me know. Y'all let me know in the comments, right? G. Robinson says every championship contender has a superstar, so until then we stuck in the middle. No, every championship contender does not have a superstar. I think that's a narrative, and I think superstar is well. Let me phrase it like this: what do you classify as a superstar? Right? How is it just an MVP level player? Because if it's just a MVP level player, there are only about 4 or 5 of them in the league. Right? Right? You have your Tatum, your Embiid, your Giannis, your Jokic, your Steph Curry. Outside of that, there are not many other superstars if we put it in that sense. If you put it in a sense of guys that can lift oh, I'm sorry. Let me add Luka Doncic and maybe Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and maybe De'Aaron Fox, maybe. But the point that I'm making is there are fewer superstars in that sense that G. Robinson is talking about than what we give credit for. But is Jalen Brunson playing at a superstar level? I would say he's almost there. I would say he's almost there. And when I say almost there, I mean, he's parking his car and he ready to walk in. That's how close he is. That's how close Jalen Brunson is to being a mega star in this league. He's legit looking for a parking space so that he can get out and walk into that conversation. I think he's that good. I'm going to look up Jalen Brunson's 3-point percentage as a Knick. Man, look, I'm looking at his numbers right now, and it's crazy to me. This man is shooting 49% from the floor. I mean, I'm sorry, 46.7% from the floor, 47.4% from three, and 83% from the free throw line. That man is taking 7 threes a game and is shooting almost 48% from three. I don't know how you wouldn't feel comfortable. I don't know how you wouldn't feel comfortable adding talent, adding a third not option, because I know option is so fanny. Option is like fan stuff. Like people like, yo, Kobe was the number two option to Shaq. Nah, man, those dudes played together. Scottie Pippen was the number two option to Jordan. No, those two dudes played together. They played together, man. They play off of each other. Magic Johnson was the number two option to Kareem. No, they played together. One fed the other. And if you bring in a DeMar DeRozan, he's gonna play with Brunson and with Randall and with RJ and with Josh Hart and with DiVincenzo and quickly. They'll all play together. The thing is in basketball, we don't want to get into a sense of your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn. Whose turn is it? Nah, we don't want to get into that. We don't want to get into that, man. We want to be in a place. Man, I have a ton of emails coming in. This is crazy. Just got email from Spotify. Thank y'all too. Oh, man, listen. Thank you to everybody that's been supporting us on Spotify and Apple Music. And thank y'all for going and searching us out and downloading every time we rock, man. We really appreciate y'all helping us keep the lights on in here. Thank y'all for supporting us. King Ribby is in the building. Sherwin is in the building. Sherwin, what's good, man? Ivory says all of a sudden the Knicks don't need to add all-star level talent when it doesn't even cost much. Heck, could this even be an argument? Or heck, could this even be an argument? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about that one. Let me add this. I'm gonna add the link to the chat, man. I've been talking for like an hour straight, back to back, no breaks. I don't know. Ivory 10, is there an alternative? Is there an option better than DeMar DeRozan? I don't know. I don't know if there is an option better than DeMar DeRozan. I don't know at this point. Should we search out should we search out that option, or should we allow trades to form organically? Kerry Cox says Denny Avdia. Hey man. Hey man. Sherwin says the Knicks need a well-rounded small forward. DeRozan is not that dude. I don't know. Oh no. I don't know, y'all. What I do know though, what I have a good sense of, let me say it that way. I don't know for sure, but I have a good sense that the Knicks are in a good place if we're being considered to be a destination. I think we're probably in a good place. Yeah, Allah Wise is in the building. Allah Wise says the option is sticking with Grimes. I'm sticking with pork chop. I mean ham sandwich. Mm. I don't know about this one right here. Grimes has to show us something tremendous. He's got to show us something tremendous in order for us to keep him out of a trade for a star. If we keep Grimes out of another trade for a star, this Quentin Grimes better average 45 a game, 27 rebounds, 22 assists, 14 steals, and shoot 100% from three. In order to keep Grimes out of a trade for another star, chat, tell me how y'all feel about that. Would y'all keep Quentin Grimes out of a trade for a star right now? Ricardo Torres is in the building. Yo, JM, I'm with you. Grimes is beyond Burger Paul. I got both references. Grimes is beyond Burger. and he's beyond burger. You know what I'm saying? I got both of them. I feel you. That was a smart. That was slick. I see. I see. Yeah, JM slick with it. Okay, I got you. I got you. I got you. Right. Right. That was slick. I got you. That was slick. A lot wise says I don't think DeMar is a star. That's where I'm at. And I'm telling you that he is absolutely a star. And that sounds like hate. That sounds like hate to me, right? That sounds like a not hate in that sense, right? But hate in a disrespectful sense that DeMar DeRozan has not established himself as a multiple time All-Star and a difference maker in this league and has an elite skill set at least one or two different things. Because DeMar DeRozan is a multiple time All-Star who has established himself and even at 34 years old has one or two elite things that he brings to the table. And Sherwin rushes into cosign. I didn't know Sherwin and a lot wise was rocking like that. Maybe it's just for this topic, right? Maybe it's just for this topic. DeMar doesn't have to be a star. He just has to be himself. Um, okay. So so we're taking the approach that you don't have to be a star to be in this show. Okay. All right. All right. All right. What I'm saying is DeMar DeRozan can come to New York on the cheap and be a temporary love thing, right? DeMar DeRozan can come to New York, be a temporary piece for us, and at the end of the season, if he walks, he walks. And if he's impactful and stays, he stays. But ultimately, when he leaves, $29 million comes off the books. That's $29 million in cap relief. And what have you really lost? Evan Fournier? Maybe Deuce McBride, who gets to go somewhere and gets the chance to play every day? Salute to Miles McBride, also one of our favorites, man. So we're definitely a part of the Deuce Hive, right? Ivory 10 is raging. He says, "Why do you keep bringing up Randall as if we're trading Randall for him? We're adding him to Randall. Yeah, we're adding him to Randall. Yeah, we're adding him. Somebody else. Oh, Hewlett Samuel stepped in the building. Hewlett Samuel was good. Yeah, what's good? What's good, man? as I canvass the landscape, I don't know if there is another guy out there that the Knicks should even be interested in going after beyond the adding a background singer, right? I don't think the Knicks need to add a um an overpriced star that's going to come here and disrupt chemistry, right? DeMar DeRozan is the only exception because he's a star and he's cheap and he can play within our system, right? But making a trade for Zach LaVine right now may not be a good fit, even though upgrading the shooting guard spot should be a priority. Whether it's Grimes getting better or we get outside help. At what point should we reconsider Paul George? At the moment, the Clippers are 9-10. They're a play-in team right now. Golden State is falling off at the moment. Dallas is falling off at the moment. At what point do you consider um a a Paul George type trade? At what point do you consider a um hmm there's a player that I'm looking for and I don't see him. I don't think he played this year. Yo, everybody, what happened to that player, Brandon Clark? Yeah, I remember Brandon Clark from Memphis. Let me search for him. So Brandon Clark has not played yet this season? Oh, he tore his Achilles in March. That's why. Okay. Okay, so he tore his Achilles in March. Okay. Okay, Kerry Cox. This is a Brandon Clark type player is I think exactly what the Knicks need. A energetic, bouncy, strong wing slash four to come off the bench and rebound and defend at a high level and is low usage. 6'8", 215. Very bouncy and athletic. Very bouncy and athletic. Sherwin says he's a power forward. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think he's an energy four. I think he's an energy four that definitely can bring something to the table for the Knicks. Right? I know he's recovering off of an Achilles, and I know he won't be 100% when we get him. But I do think the damaged goods scenario makes his price even cheaper. Yeah, I know. I know. I know Kerry Cox says we don't know what he. But the thing I do know is before the injury, you never you never had to question his energy and effort levels. He is one dude, he's probably the dude that plays so hard that he injures himself. Calm in the building. Okay. I see you. Karen Fung is in the building. Yeah. What do y'all think about a Brandon Clark type player, though? Maybe not Brandon Clark, but maybe that type. Let me see. Let me see here. A Brandon Clark type player? Yes, please. It's hilarious. Memphis has Kenny Lofton Jr. listed at 275. We all know Kenny Lofton is not 275. Let's Kenny Lofton is not 6'6", 275. Let's relax. Let's relax, Memphis. Sherwin says, we have one, Grimes. We have one what? Y'all gotta relax. Y'all gotta relax with this Grimes thing because y'all are headed to a conversation that's gonna have y'all feelings hurt, having y'all drinking beer at lunch, right? Let's not no. No. Grimes is not as accomplished as Brandon Clark. Stop it. Or says we don't want Grimes. Okay. I'm starting to think. I don't know what Sherwin talking about, man. One dude is a 6'8", 215 energy big off the bench, and the other is a 6'4" shooting guard that doesn't shoot or guard. We have a dude that shooting is in his job description and he won't do it. And we're saying they're similar? Nah, they're not similar. They're not similar, man. Let's relax. Let's relax. And for those that wonder why Quentin Grimes is always on the sacrificial altar, it's because of that. It's because of that right there. Some Knicks fans either troll and want to hear the Grimes slander, or they are blind, faithful patrons who don't even see the flaw in the person they're representing. Hewlett Samuel says, y'all Knicks fans got Grimes in his own head. Yeah. They put that man on in an unrealistic realm where he does not belong. Grimes is not that guy. We got to relax. That's why some guys can't play here. Frank, Obi, Knox, Grimes. Some guys just they can't play here because the spotlight is unrelenting. You have to be a different type dude to play here. And I'm not going to bash a young, I don't want to start this thing or go down this road of a conversation where we start to bash young players and things of that sort, because to me, it's not fun. But I feel like sometimes we get drawn into it where we have to pick sides on who is good and who is not.
Hi, boss.
Mets, what's good, man? Good morning.
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing good. I mean, happy the Eagles got crushed yesterday.
Yeah, man.
Really, it doesn't really matter for the Giants this year at this point, with how far back they fell this season. But that being said, in regards to what you were saying about how the young guys can't really play with the spotlight on them, in many cases, you're right. I mean, look at some of the last batch of young guys we've drafted. Frank Ntilikina, Kevin Knox, Grimes, you could also throw under that bus. Sims, to a lesser extent, when he does get a chance to get on the court. Do they get that time to shine? The answer is no, because they can't. They buckle. Oh, I gotta go. But let me just finish by saying they basically get themselves thrown under the bus because they can't handle being put under the pressure on that big of a stage in New York.
Right.
And tonight, the question is, will Tibbs pull the trigger on bringing those guys in? I'm not sure. But right now, I gotta go.
Well, okay. I'm in a mindset that the cream rises to the top. Right? Anybody remember when Kiss FM used to play the song by Kenny Burke, Once an Hour? Kenny Burke's still looking good too, by the way. Kenny Burke is probably Sherwin. I don't think he our age, right? Kenny Burke ain't our age. Kenny Burke might be Parrish in them age, might be in that age of Miles J and all of them dudes, right? Like he's not a he may be our age, like in that Albie Shore age range. I don't know how old Albie Shore is, but Kenny Burke had a song that Kiss FM used to play every hour on the hour, it seemed like. And for those that are not from New York, it's a song called Keep Rising to the Top. Keep rising to the top. Man, that used to be the joint in the city, bro. That used to be at the bus stop, cold, waiting on the bus to go to work or go to school or something. And they'll be playing 98.7 Kiss FM, playing Kenny Burke. Man, that was the joint. Right? Paris says Obi 4 blocks against Hemi Butler last game. Yeah. And see, and notice, I think Parrish and I may agree on this one, right? Obi looks better away from New York. Right? It's not a disrespectful thing to Obi, but Obi away from the tremendous spotlight of New York City is allowed to be himself in a system that fits him. Right? Sherwin says he's 70, bro. Kenny Burke is 70. Hey, man, listen, we getting older, brother. we getting older, brother. Man, bro, that man is 70. I guess you can't stay young forever, bro. You know what I mean? I guess nobody stays young forever. Mr. 12 Floors in the building. What's good? Salute. Dang, he's 70? That means, man, Miles J must be 70. Freddie Jackson might be 70. Wow. Wow. That means Melly Mel now must be like, what, 65? Wow, man. That means my main man, Jay Boogie, must be what, 81, 82? Jay Boogie, I know you somewhere listening, bro. Shout out to my main man. Shout out to my main man, Jay Boogie, who probably somewhere listening, right? I joke with Jay Boogie all the time, when Jay Boogie and I meet up, wherever we meet, man, and so me and Jay Boogie and I will meet up like random places like Atlanta or whatever city down here, Charlotte, Orlando, Miami, whatever city we come across each other, right? And I'll joke with Jay Boogie like, oh, ma'am, you don't have to card him. He good. You don't have to check Jay Boogie age, man. Don't. All of us have driver's licenses and stuff they be checking, and Jay Boogie pull out a scroll. Shout out to my man Jay Boogie. He's so old. We all pull out driver's license, right? And all that. And Jay Boogie pull out a scroll with Roman numerals on it. Hey, salute to my man Jay Boogie, man. Salute to my man Jay Boogie. Soulfinger says Miles J is 66. 66? Wow. 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 Wow, man. Time. And not to get off the topic, it's just one of those things where when you're young and you look at those dudes, like they're a little bit older than you, and you're like, man, golly, man. Miles J got all the ladies. You know what I'm saying? You see Miles J in the city driving his little drive, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, that's a cool dude right there, bro. Jay, hey, y'all stop it, man. Stop for Jay Boogie come up here and start mean mugging me, man. Y'all stop, man. Man, y'all chill out, man, for Jay Boogie come up here and be like, you know, Uncle Freezie, you know that ain't. Salute to my main man, Jay Boogie. He's somewhere this morning, probably somewhere grinding away, probably somewhere listening. You know what I'm saying? But I think we were in. Where were we at? It's me, Uncle Fulio, Jay Boogie, and somebody. So we may have been in DC or somewhere. We might have been in DC or somewhere, and they out there IDing people. And you know what I'm saying? I pull out my old driver's license and everything, and they looking like, man, Uncle Freezie, I can't believe you don't look a day. This is people jokes. You don't look a day over 59, bro. You don't look a day over 59. and I'm like shooting them the bird, like, except with the middle finger out, right? But salute to my main man, Jay Boogie, somewhere. I hope all is well. I hope everything going good with Jay Boogie. Right. But yeah, and so I guess the point that I was getting at with a Grimes is, hey man, the cream rises to the top, and Knicks fans, and this is my plea to Quentin Grimes, right? Knicks fans want you to do well, right? But if you stood by and watched Knicks fans boo Randall in the playoffs, right? If you stood by and watched content creators grind RJ to a pulp, right? If you heard about how Knicks fans treated Mario Hazonia, Emmanuel Mudiay, Enes Kanter, if you know Knicks fans are like this, it's up to you to perform to keep Knicks fans off your back like that. right? It's not us. You already know what to expect. The Knicks organization, they already know what to expect. They know what Knicks fans are like. And if you don't perform when you know what Knicks fans are like, and then Knicks fans act like that, whose fault is it? Is it Knicks fans' fault for being themselves? Or is it the players' fault for not living up to a reasonable expectation? Right? Is that not reasonable? Soulfinger, is that not reasonable? Guzman is in the building. Our man's Guzman says Grimes 2.3 million versus 16.1 million for Smart. I'll keep Ragu and Grimes and reevaluate in the offseason. Grimes isn't losing us games. Guzman, that's where I disagree. I absolutely feel like Grimes is losing us games. Because just because he doesn't miss the game-winning shot, doesn't mean he's not losing us games. See, the thing is about not about being the star of a team. It's about contribution. The less Grimes contributes, the more your stars have to contribute. Right? That makes sense, right? That makes sense, right? The less one guy contributes, the more other people have to pick up the slack. But what if, in a perfect world, everybody carried their own weight? And I know what people are going to say, but Grimes is a defender. And every time I look at advanced analytics for Grimes, he is not an elite defender. Not a great defender. Not even good. Above average at best. IKBM Dre is in the building. And think about this. How can I tell if we fast forward to May and the Knicks are playing the Miami Heat in the second round, and the Miami Heat has DeMar DeRozan, Kyle Lowry, and Jimmy Butler, Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo, and they beat us in 6 games, how can we quantify not making the DeMar DeRozan trade and we rolled out Quentin Grimes to stop Tyler Hero in the playoffs? Quentin Grimes to stop DeMar DeRozan in the playoffs. Quentin Grimes to stop Jimmy Butler in the playoffs. He's a defender, right? You got to carry your own weight. Now, if Quentin Grimes, in my opinion, if Quentin Grimes was 10 points a game and a top 50 defender, I would be more patient. Right now, if he got to that, okay. But right now, as we stand flat-footed on a Monday, no. He is not that. Can he become that? Possibly. And ironically, maybe he could become that outside of New York City. Maybe he becomes that in Charlotte, next to LaMelo. Maybe Quentin Grimes becomes that in between LaMelo and Brandon Miller. That's exactly what they need. A Quentin Grimes. A guy that's going to defend, not look for shots, right? Have LaMelo create wide ass open looks for him so that maybe he'll shoot it when he gets it. Maybe. Right? But here, he's not proven that he's worth keeping out of a trade. How dare this conversation, DSJ, do you remember when Knicks fans were saying, don't put Frank Ntilikina in the Anthony Davis trade? Y'all remember that? Knicks fans legit said, don't put Frank Ntilikina in a trade package for Anthony Davis. Now Anthony Davis is playing next to LeBron and already has a championship, and Frank Ntilikina is growing his braids somewhere. And Alawan says, what if Miami get DeMar and we beat them, though, with Grimes? Then what? Well, Alawan, the realistic answer to that is you can't say the Knicks are going to beat Miami, because the last time the Knicks played Miami in the playoffs, what happened? The last time the Knicks played Miami with Quentin Grimes in the lineup, what happened? And I'm sorry, everybody, for turning it into the Quentin Grimes Power Hour, but a lot of Knicks fans love the Quentin Grimes conversation. It's like we can't go a show without talking Grimes. Like, we should be speaking about in-season tournament and trade options and things of that sort, but we always acquiesce back to the mean, which is Quentin Grimes, because he's the most polarizing. And Alawan says, you can't say they're going to lose either because this is a new. No, I can absolutely say that, because we have a precedent. We have a precedent. In a rule of law and reasoning, you have to have an example. And we have an example, and it's the most recent case. A reasonable mind can say that we lost to Miami in 6 games with Grimes. So with Grimes again, with no significant changes, we may lose again. There's a precedent. The example is a fact in history already. We lost to the Miami Heat in the playoffs with Quentin Grimes. That's why we can say it, because it's a fact. It happened. That incident occurred. Now, now to my people, do I want this to happen? No, hell no. Y'all know I want to beat Miami. Y'all know I want to beat everybody. I'm New York. I'm Knicks a bust. I want to beat everybody. I want to beat Indiana. I want to beat the Celtics. I want to beat the Bucks. I want the Knicks to beat everybody. Hinton Murphy is in the building. He says, remember what I say about Knicks fans. Yeah, the whole thing about I wish there was a way we can dispense the Grimes topic and just never touch it, right? Because because there's no, the Grimes topic is so nebulous. It's the Frank Ntilikina conversation all over again, revamped, right? Oh man, he need 7 more years to develop. We don't have 7 years, man. We gonna wait 7 years on one player? Well, this Grimes' 3rd year, man. Grimes this, Grimes that, man. Listen, no, nah, man. No. I'm not going down that road. Now, if y'all want to go down that road, that's okay, right? I'm not going there. I don't feel as if that road is even necessary. Right? Grimes is not proven one way or the other that he's one thing or another. Quentin Grimes, in the most basic sense of the word, right now, and I'm talking about as we speak. I'm not talking about the future. I'm not talking about what he'll be in 3 or 4 years. I'm talking about right now, in this moment. Quentin Grimes is a ham sandwich. And I think we should all recognize that. He's not a difference maker. He's a Yogi Bear Picnic. And I think putting unreasonable expectations on him is dangerous. Right? To hold him out of a trade for a star already makes us look foolish. We already look foolish for the Donovan Mitchell for the Donovan Mitchell trade not going through. IKBM Dre is in the building, probably somewhere saving the world. Somebody go find Keith Turner and let Keith Turner know we out here. IKBM Dre says Grimes is only in this position because Tibbs pounded the table for him. And you know what? And here's the thing. Here's the thing. We all know that Tibbs wants to turn Quentin Grimes into Keith Bogans or Kirk Heinrich. And if a Knicks fan is pounding the table for Keith Bogans or Kirk Heinrich, it makes me have to reevaluate the fan. Not Grimes, because Grimes is living his best life right now. He's a millionaire playing basketball in New York City, rich, good-looking guy, great family, high-profile team. All the Grimes is living his best life, but Knicks fans are thinking this dude is going to turn into something when at max he may become Damian Dotson if he's lucky. If he's lucky, he'll be Damian Dotson. King Ribby is in the building.
Good, Freezie. Good chat.
Bless up. What's good, brother?
It was good, man. Yo, I got a man, listen, man. I got a I'm extremely, what's the word I want to use? I'm impatient.
Okay.
And I'm tired of you.
Okay.
In perspective of the Obi Hive.
What does Obi have to do with me?
Because, like, to be honest, in my opinion,
I'm listening, bro.
I feel like Obi should, like, we gave up Obi for no reason, like, for real. Like, he didn't do nothing wrong but just voice his opinion, and just for the voice of his opinion you get traded. Like, come on, bro. Like let's be real men. Like, to be honest, like, that's not no real, like, something that's supposed to happen, like, to be honest. But it's like, in the 2 second round picks, like, nah, man, I wasn't feeling that. And then, like, it's like you was okay with it.
Yeah. Hey, hold on for a split second. Yo.
What's happening, fellas? What's happening?
And yo, King Ribby was telling me off. He was in the middle of telling me off. Go ahead, King.
Yeah.
Oh no, I heard. Hey, I heard him. Go, go handle that. I just, popped in here on the show.
Like, we just gave up, like, a talent for nothing. Like, to be honest, and like, we got our backup 4 is Josh Hart. Like, he's 6'4". What the heck? Like, what are we doing? Like, I don't know. Like, it's sad. It's like we're not going to no finals with that.
All right. So King Ribby, let me. So you just went patchy beard on me, right? Let's make some of these things connect, okay?
Okay.
Like so for one, we traded Obi after Obi had been with the Knicks for 3 years. So it's not like Obi didn't get a chance to do anything, right? All right, Obi got time to play. And the only time you heard me bash Obi is when Knicks fans went all OD Quentin Grimes type argument for Obi Toppin.
And now both of them about to be gone. But go ahead.
Right. And so my thing is Obi was a nice player, bro, a nice addition. I love playing with him on 2K, right? As a Knick. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? I love playing with Obi on 2K, right? But the thing is everybody listen. There's a such thing as only built for Cuban links, right? So Finger, you ever heard that expression, only built for Cuban links?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody not built for Cuban links, bro. Some cats, I'm sorry, some cats is tight herringbone with no medallion, right? Some people is not built for Cuban links, and Obi was one, and he from here.
So
right?
Hold on. Not to cut you off. So Randall built for Cuban links. That's what you're saying?
Randall made the All-Star team twice here.
Wow. Okay.
Did he not?
How long it took him? That's what I'm saying. Don't want to give people time.
No. Okay. So the thing that you're not factoring in is not the amount of time in the league, how much time in New York.
All right. Let me. Because this is what another thing too. First of all, Randall, when he came back, he came from the Pelicans. The Pelicans is in the West, not the East. So the Western Conference, like, let's be real. You know what I'm saying? The East is so much like just why only person in the East that's blocking Randall is Giannis. Other than that, who else is blocking Randall from the All-Star game? Nobody.
Okay. But King Rip, see, that's what I'm saying about the things that don't connect, right? Because Obi also plays the same position as Giannis, right?
He is not making it no.
No. I'm Soul Finger, right? He just compared power forwards, right?
Yeah.
What position does Obi play?
Power forward.
So why is the argument only good for Randall and not good for Obi?
No, I'm talking about as far as like the minutes they got. Like, Tibbs was not letting Obi getting them. He getting like 12 minutes, 13 minutes. What are production you gonna see from that? Like, let's be real.
Because when you shake up a soda, bro, the bubbles that want to get to the top, bro. The bubbles that don't stay at the bottom, they stay in your soda.
Hold on.
The bubbles Finger. This is the analogy that I give. The analogy that I give 6th and 7th graders, right? When I talk to them, I'm like, yo, and I'm not being disrespectful to you, King Ribby. I'm talking about me. This is about me, right? This ain't about your point. This is about me, right? Just give me a moment for me to express myself and my thing, right?
All right.
Soul Finger, when you shake up a soda, you notice the bubbles that want to be free, they get to the top and they free, right? You know what? You know what happened to the bubbles that don't get to the top?
They flat.
They get drunk. They get drank by whoever. You know what I'm saying? They go down somebody's throat, bro. They ain't nothing, right?
But
so the point that I'm getting at is when everybody gets a chance, you have to take advantage of your. For instance, I'll give you and no disrespect to Obi, right? I'm gonna give myself another example. When I used to be on the panel with Nothin But Knicks, right? I used to be there. It'd be like me, Guillermo, who's Mark, Tony Crow, a bunch of them. Right? We'd be in the panel, right? And every time that I got my turn, right, I would say something like, yo, go all in for RJ Barrett. And Katz was like, yo, who the hell is RJ Barrett? Right? Who's Mark used to go upside my head, right? Used to go upside my head with who is RJ Barrett? Right? when every time I used to be like, yo, I saw this dude quickly play in Columbia, South Carolina on my birthday, and he went off in the second half. And when I saw John Calipari cussed out quickly like a dog, it should have broke him. Quickly should have wanted to fight Calipari. You know what Quickly did to Coach Cal? He pat that man on the butt and was like, good job, coach. And Calipari legit was so out of breath, he had to get one of the, you know what I'm saying? Because he went in on Quickly. And I was like, that's the kind of dude that we need right there in New York. A dude that can take it despite all the atmospheric pressures, right? Right? And they used to be like, yo, man, Uncle Freezie, you crazy, you're blah, blah, blah. And then what happened is I stepped away from Nothin But Knicks to do this channel right here, right? And you know what happened when I got my chance to do my own channel? The channel blew up. And I'm on the panel with King Ribby and Soulfinger. Right? Because I got a chance and I took advantage of it. Right? Thanks to Sim. Thank you to Sim Russell for giving me the opportunity to showcase what I have, you know what I'm saying, on his platform. When I decided to step away, now I'm in a joint with Kerry Cox and Karen Fung and Parrish and everybody. White Falcon coming through, hollering. You know what I'm saying? Is what I'm saying. Ultimately, what I'm saying is when you get your chance,
that's what he
you got to thrive, bro. And Paris Tucker, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Tucker says, but Obi actually played better than Randall both years. Okay.
It's like if that was the case, why did y'all even pick him? Because to be honest, Randall supposed to be gone, but he had a comeback season. So if that's the case, why y'all didn't just
of his opportunity? Is what you're saying?
Why didn't just trade? I mean, get another player instead of Obi? Because it's like y'all just wasted 2 or 3 years of him just on the bench for 13 minutes.
Hey, but King Ribby, do you see what Jalen Brunson and Emmanuel Quickly look like? We could say that Emmanuel Quickly is getting wasted.
Yeah,
it's a borderline all-star in front of Quickly, right?
Yeah, to be honest, because Jalen Brunson shouldn't have came. I ain't on front, but it's the Knicks, so I mean, you can't say nothing, but just watch it.
Not what I'm saying is when you get your, it's like what LL said. LL said, "Here's your chance to advance, get in your stance, and he shoot the hose off your cowboy pants." Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Soulfinger, you remember that from Rampage?
Yes, sir. I just say this, I really, I came in and truth be told, Freeze, I was trying to get your recipe for pasta salad. I heard you had a banging pasta salad recipe.
Not me, bro. I'm a heterosexual, bro. I like ladies.
I was like, I thought you liked the one with the elbow macaroni with extra Hellmann's.
No,
So,
and bro, I've been married 30 years, bro. I've been with the same lady like 30 years, bro.
That and you wanted that cornbread salad. You had the cornbread salad to go with that man's laughter.
Man's laughter. They gave that man 15 years for man's laughter. Oh man. Yo, that joint is hilarious to me.
Yeah. I'll say this. I'll say stuff. You get to a point in time and age, you just say stuff and don't care what other people say behind it. And I really don't want to look back because what's done is done. It can't be undone. And a lot of ways, King Ribby got he got valid points. But I'll just say it like this: Obi should have never been drafted.
Right.
I said it.
I said the same thing.
Yeah. Well, the thing is I don't want to diminish what Obi Toppin does as an NBA player, right? Obi Toppin is.
Go ahead, bro. No, go ahead, because I'll follow up and finish so I can finish. I'll tell you what I meant by that and all that. But keep on, because you in your bag, you in the bottom of it, like you get them French fries from McDonald's.
Yeah, man, I'm trying to get these ketchup packets out the bottom of the bag, bro. What it is every team in the NBA doesn't hit on all of their draft picks.
Boom.
Right? For every Steph Curry, there's a Ekpe Udoh or Marco Bellinelli.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right? Right? For every oh God, what's my man name? For every Jason Tatum, there's a Romeo Langford.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's just every team doesn't hit on all their draft picks. Right? I mean, and so while I'm not bashing Grimes in the sense of bashing Grimes or that I hate Grimes, I don't. But everybody is not going to be a perfect fit for every situation. Right? Everybody's not going to be a perfect fit. Grimes right now appears not to be a fit for the Knicks. Now, if he goes to a small market like Charlotte, where LaMelo can set him up for shots all night and Brandon Miller can be out there defending with him and shooting a three, that might be the perfect fit.
True.
But the Knicks don't have LaMelo at point guard. And the Knicks don't have a Brandon Miller at the three. Right? The Knicks have Jalen Brunson, RJ Barrett, and Randall. Right? And so I'm not bashing Grimes. I'm just saying if the glove don't fit, you must have quit.
True. Okay. All right. I'll hear you, Johnny Cocker.
Yeah. So
shout
all
out,
right,
shout out to Shreveport. Shout out to Port City's finest. He's from the city, from Port City, where I'm from.
I tried to be slick and get that one by you, bro. You got
I know. I got but I just said they should have never drafted Obi. It was a bad. I mean, I had nothing against Obi. I liked Obi. He was an energy kid. But my thing is Obi's gone. Why we kind of Obi keeps coming around. His name comes up in a lot of conversations and people out of the blue. And I understand what Keith Rivers is saying because of the moves we made. But just overall, I had been in a while. I just be in the chat kind of seeing, and all of a sudden that name come up and it spread, and it's like, man, the people can't leave him alone. And like you were saying with Grimes, the whole thing is, and I like Grimes. I like when we drafted Grimes and Deuce, and I was hoping that he would he would be a little further along to where he is now. That being said, how Grimes wound up getting in the starting lineup and everything. It took everybody having COVID or Dan on the deathbed before he even got in. That's how he got discovered. Then it was like, oh, look what he can do. So that being said, Grimes, when you look at his, he plays. He'll play defense, and he does get the toughest assignment. But you're always gonna have that one or two players gonna get the toughest assignment, and it's gonna look worse when they play an all-star or superstar and they getting the head beat in. You gotta be like a cornerback, have a short memory. If Grimes is
or like my computer, a short memory.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that being said, it's just right now a lot of it is overall we're just not. It's time that the front office start making better moves, better picks. They need to really get down in the weeds and bring in a young player that can contribute a little sooner. I saw what DSJ put in the chat. So you got those, and when I say this, you're gonna have people coming from ahead or whatever. Man, I don't care. Say what you're gonna say, but I got to give DSJ his dues for saying this. Bring in a young player like IQ. Oh, he said IQ. Oh, IQ take the worst shots, and IQ this, that, and the third. But IQ does kind of make things move a different way. He does change the game. Granted, he can get in the game, and he can be so cold he can't hit an elephant in the backside with an ironing board. But then you got days when but other days he white hot out there, or he does something, the energy or something that can contribute to the team. It's not always about scoring. There's other ways can you contribute to the game. Right. That being said, there's other positions. Like I said, I've been screaming for the longest, Freeze. You and I done rapped about it. I done rapped about it with, and Alois tired of hearing me say this, along with DSJ. I've been saying, man, we need to get a small forward. Can we get an actual small forward? A real true small forward.
And move RJ back to the 2?
Or something.
Yeah.
I would like to see that.
I don't know
You
what
know,
King Ribby have against RJ, bro.
Yo.
What do you have against RJ playing the two?
Nah, that's my boy. You need to
Not,
play the two.
see. Okay, Brooklyn. See how Brooklyn is so soul finger. This is what it's
Yo,
like dealing with Brooklyn, bro. They got to
I've been
have
saying that since
everything.
day
They got to
one.
have everything. They can't have one thing or the other. They got to have every. That's why I be putting cheese sticks on sandwiches, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro? You out here putting red hots on sandwiches. People from
wilding
Brooklyn
out.
just feel like they got to have everything. All they got to have everything. They can't have one or the other. They can't have choices. They got to have everything.
So you saying just be
Right.
wilding out on Freeze?
Yeah, they out there making sandwiches with honey buns, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Really, you got to
the
have
same?
everything.
Going
You wouldn't do the
back in the
same?
days, putting a peppermint stick inside the pickles and things.
Yeah, why we got to have everything? Sweet and sour at this, all of that.
Sweet and sour, yeah. You just can't. You gotta have sweet and meat or whatever. You know, I don't know.
Yeah,
But
that's why.
but I'm just saying, Free. I just like to see a small forward, an actual small forward in the lineup. You know, you can say we got one on the team. We
Right.
got one on the team, but I'm talking about actually on the floor contributing to the team in the lineup. You know, you draft one and you develop and groom them, or
Right.
you haven't, you bring one in, but because I do feel bad for Grimes because he is in a bad situation in some aspects. Because man, when he's in there trying to, when Jason Tatum is hot and he in his bag and he get this, and you see Grimes getting his forehead caved in, everybody's mad at him. But I mean, with Tatum is 6 foot what?
He like
6 foot, 7 foot, 6 foot 7.
He ain't
do we know that from?
6'7". Tatum?
I didn't say he's
Hell no.
6'7". I didn't say he's 6'7".
If Brown is like 6'6".
I never said he's 6'7".
Oh,
You see him?
You
Nah,
messed
at
up my
least like
music. You
6'10".
messed up my Lil Wayne reference.
Yeah.
oh, my fault. I apologize.
You never heard 6 foot? What?
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. My fault.
I was trying.
White Falcon. Yeah, if you look at it, he is. I'm gonna tell you why. Let me shout out the real quick White Falcon. The reason he's in a bad situation because you got this going on. People on his neck about everything he does. That's why he in a bad situation. It's gonna be like that anyway. So I mean, again, White Falcon. We know you still want Paul George, so it is what it is, bro. Like I said. Anywho, I gave him a shout out gave you a shout out. So, but the thing is Grimes is in a bad situation because he's regressed. You can see he has regressed or whatever. It's something
Right.
ain't quite vibing because it's not all. Because we've seen flashes. We know it's there, but I don't know what you got to do to get it to come. I think a lot of it is he's just a relatively nice guy.
Maybe. Yes, probably.
He could be a nice guy. He goes in, he does what he got to do to keep it pushing. Because I still laugh about, I laugh about.
Yeah, he had like Ralph Tresvant. He do what he got to do.
Yeah, I laugh about this though, because Freezer pointed out when the whole situation went down in the playoffs with Randall, and he got popped in the eye. Popped in the eye, and he was. I don't know. Somebody in the chat says, "Yeah, that's that light skin action going down." He was walking away.
That man was backing all the way up to half court, and no disrespect to the process, but in theory, it was the exact smart thing to do. In theory, right? In theory, back up away from the fight. You don't want to get tossed out the game and get suspended by the league because it's the playoffs. But like what After 7 said, in the heat of the moment, you got bro. Like the right thing to do is for somebody to do something to Soul Finger. The right thing to do is all of us get to safety and call the police. That's the right thing to do.
Yeah, I mean,
but in the heat of the moment, bro, I'm not thinking about the right thing to do. I'm thinking about my man's. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like Grimes actually did the right thing. Like he kept his head and he backed away from everything, even though Randall got elbowed in the eye and his team in the playoffs, and Randall on the ground holding his eye. He got a donut. Grimes backed up and did the smart thing. Why get tossed out of the play? The playoffs are more important than a fight. right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
But at the same time, everybody is not.
It's not the
Everybody
same.
is. Yeah, everybody is not built for Cuban links. Some
Yeah.
people are a tight herringbone with no medallion, and
And oh, go ahead. It's my bad, Freeze. I didn't mean to
not go
cut
ahead,
you
bro.
off. No, I was gonna say, I had to say I agree. I was kind of looking at, I saw what building blocks put in there earlier about Grimes, and I have to agree that I think that you put it in a little while ago, and I'm paraphrasing off my bad memory. Bear with me, because you get to a certain age, you don't remember things as well. But he said that it could be a confidence in the mental thing with Grimes, because he kind of reminds me. There you go. Yeah, there it is. I think that he can be. He's reluctant to. You see, he's reluctant to shoot at times, and I think also he doesn't. Also, he's not getting in certain spots. But I would like to see him not just settle for the three. Put that joker on the floor and go to the rack. I mean, you seen him, because
Right.
I see was it last game, a game before, he went down
Right.
the lane, tried to mash it. I'm like, oh, somebody must have put some hot sauce on his burrito or something. The way he went
Yeah.
down in there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's. I think a lot of it could be the confidence thing. Because like I said, if you get your head bust, you got to get the toughest, the tougher assignment. So you put him against Kevin Durant. Durant he's been doing this since he's been in the league. He just turn around just letting it go. Would you expect him to do? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And so it's just one of them things. It's I'm not really ready to give up on him, but I mean, I would say this. He does need to get a confidence booster.
He's
I mean,
Dennis Allen to
it's
me,
some.
bro.
Yeah, I think it's a more of a mental thing though. Seriously, Freeze. I think just my what I see it, and like I said, I like Grimes. I do like Grimes, but I would, and I'm just kind of go back around. I would like the front office to make a move and get a player, or you're gonna draft us a player that's gonna come in and make a impact. You know what I'm saying? In a position. And real quick, what's it? White Falcon, you saying asked me what trade Grimes, Fournier, and a pick for Marcus Smart as shooting guard. How I feel about that?
No, we
I
ain't
like
giving up all
Marcus.
that for no. We ain't giving up all that for no Marcus Smart, bro.
Yeah,
Even
man.
though I
Look,
like Marcus Smart.
I like Marcus Smart. I do. I do like Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart got that attitude and that grit and that dog in him. That
Oh,
he has that Knicks mentality. I wanted the Knicks to go after him before if he was going to be up in the market, but not for all that. And then too,
Yeah, you gotta relax on that, bro.
yeah, we need to pump the brakes, because right now I think we got to look at other options. They're not going to give up Marcus Smart for that. No,
that's a fact.
they're not going to give that up. They're going to be like, wait a minute, man. What you think I'm on dope or dog food to come up there? Fournier for Marcus Smart and Grimes. Yeah, Grimes is young, but I don't see the value in that, because Marcus Smart brings more to them than we. I mean, granted, he'd be a hell of a boost for us, but that's not going to be a feasible trade on their part. They think we high, drunk, and insane. But I feel you. I like Marcus Smart. I love to see a Marcus Smart uniform, because that's kind of like a boost that we can need for that extra toughness. But I
Right.
think, and I don't know. It's and I just say this. I say this, Freeze. I
But
was
so let me end it, because you said like 7 different things. Let me
Oh no! Hey, sorry.
track. Let
I
me
pull out my street sweeper. I'm pulling
yeah,
the Dre. I'm
let me
sorry. My
track
bad.
with you
My
for a
bad.
little bit. Let me start at the beginning just real quick. Right? And I'm just gonna ask you a simple question.
Mhm.
Is Marcus Smart an upgrade over Quentin Grimes?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he is. I would say immediately right now. Yeah.
Right. Right. And in the short term or the intermediate term?
Both.
Both, right?
Yeah.
So
Not even a question.
what do we King Ribby, so what are we even talking about then?
I don't know, because like I would do it.
Right. Yeah, that's the
I
point.
mean, I would. You know what? I'm looking. I guess for me, Freeze, I'm looking at other areas, because I mean, yeah, you can get them, put them at the 2, but I just like I said, I guess because right now I'm looking at more of a small forward to put in that starting lineup. That's just me.
Right. Yeah. That's what that's all I'm asking. Like, because sometimes when I listen to you guys, and no disrespect to the way that y'all rock, but sometimes I think we overcomplicate things instead of oversimplifying. Like the chat is saying what to give up for Marcus Smart and all of that stuff. That shouldn't even be the issue, right? Memphis is a terrible team, and they're going to be terrible for about another 2 weeks until John Morant get back. And depending on how John Morant court case goes, he might be gone for even longer, right? But we don't know that yet, and neither does Memphis. So, if Memphis is in an area of uncertainty, right? Why keep Marcus Smart when you can trade him and get a rebuilding piece in a year that you are rebuilding, basically, in a throwaway year? Why not just throw them? Why not just, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know how you be in the mall or whatever, and you see some sneakers that you like, and you like, yo, I didn't come in here for these, but since they got them in my size, yeah.
We've all bought something that we weren't planning on. Well, I came in and did this, but I walked out with that.
Right. You know how the missus be like, yeah, just stop me by the mall. I'm gonna just be in here for 3 minutes, and you already know she lying. I'm like, go in the mall with your lying ass. We know you ain't about to be in here for no 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Hey, I just gotta return something. Oh, first of all, if you returning something, it's gonna take longer than 3 minutes. Right? And then I expect my lady to go in the mall with money and not come out with something. I'm the fool then, right? But the point that I'm getting at is if you can wrangle a Marcus Smart away from a Memphis and add him to the Knicks, would you not be excited to see a Marcus Smart against the Boston Celtics in the playoffs?
Hell yeah.
I would like to see that. I told you I like Smart and I wanted him with the Knicks, but this is me. This is me. Only me. I'm speaking for me. And I've said it before, Freezie, and I'm climbed up on this hill and I'm gonna die on it. We need a small forward, and this is one of the few times you will hear me agree with Sherwin. We need a small forward.
Right.
I know we're saying people say, oh, you got RJ, he's small. RJ is going from he done played dang near every position in the Knicks.
Right.
He
started his career at point guard. Remember, he started at point
guard, and he got slid to the 2, to the 3. He plays power forward, and hell, I think he even got some center. He got some center action.
Right.
But it's all good. But I mean, RJ's asked to do a lot more. He's been, we beat up on him. I, myself included, I'm beat up on him because I was like, hey man, you got to come out and stop this slow stuff, man. You got to pick up the pace, get out here and get it. But I think the small forward, man. But I'd like to see. I mean, don't get me wrong. A Marcus Smart on the Knicks, that attitude, a dog like that. Yeah, it's not even thinking. I'm not even looking at the money wise. I'm just saying him as a player. I ain't going down to the rabbit hole saying, hey, this money and this and that. I'm talking about if you can make it happen and you put him at the 2 with that mindset and that dog that he has, that's gonna permeate throughout the team. That's gonna bring, because he was like the heart and soul of Boston. Boston's still good, but he was like the heart and soul. He could be a heart and soul of a Knicks.
Do you need a heart and soul player on this team?
I think. I mean, some would say Josh Hart is that heart and soul. Some would say that. I've seen people say that. But I think with a heart and when you have two dogs, because Josh Hart is a dog. He goes there and get it. But with a Smart and a heart, that brings, that's no, you got it on both ends. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. I'm gonna just say this, just 2 points real quick. Just because you get Marcus Smart doesn't mean you can't get a small forward.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
I'm not. I understand. I'm saying. What I'm saying is just speaking to the general conversation. It's not a retort to you. It's towards the general conversation that's out there.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, and just because you get Marcus Smart um doesn't also mean that RJ can't play the two. You can still have RJ Barrett play the two in lineups with a Marcus Smart,
Facts.
right? Because eventually Jalen Brunson is going to go to the bench. Eventually, he's not going to play 48 minutes of every game. And even when he is playing a ton of minutes, he's not always going to want to be the primary ball handler and facilitator.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And also, I think you could satisfy what everybody wants with creative thinking, right? With creative thinking and flexibility. And I think Tibbs presented that. It's the reason why I was open to the discussion about DeMar DeRozan, because at the beginning of the season, Tibbs honestly made a full-on effort to include RJ and Quentin Grimes. And one dude thrived in those first 10 games, and the other one disappeared, and we hadn't seen him since.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So if you can't thrive in an offense made tailored to showcase you, then what else do you expect the coach to do, bro? I mean, tailor made. They were legit running the Phoenix Suns offense, right? What Phoenix is going to have Bradley Beal and Devin Booker in.
Mm-hmm.
Two wing players in the corner. They screen for each other. One rolls to the basket, looking for a dunk or a lob or a kick out to the dominant hand corner, or a reverse back to the other corner that they just left for a spot up dude that's also a spot up dude or slasher. Right? If the defense collapses, right, then you stay out there for three. If the defense rushes out to you, then you cut back door. And Grimes and RJ should have been eating in that. But one person showed up and one person didn't. And then when the offense changed around, and Randall started asserting himself more, right? When Randall started asserting himself more and Brunson started asserting himself more, you saw RJ kind of disappear a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But Grimes had been pulled a David Blaine.
Yeah, not to cut y'all off. What's up with RJ, man?
The offense, the thing I just mentioned.
He's not looking like himself, man.
Yeah, it's the thing I just mentioned. We went from the offense that was showcasing RJ in the beginning to now RJ spotting up for three or crashing the lane with 5 people in the paint.
Yeah.
If you know King Ribby, if you notice, the thing you should notice is this. When RJ Barrett's free throw attempts are up, it's because the floor is spaced and RJ can create body contact on his own and finish around the rim and go to the free throw line. Right? But when RJ Barrett, when the paint is packed, he can't get to the foul line because it's too many people and he just looked wild and OD and crazy throwing shots off the shot clock.
Okay.
Right? When the floor is spaced, RJ could be any man in the NBA off the dribble, bro. I don't care what nobody's people say RJ is slow all they want. All I know is since RJ been in the league, ain't nobody stopped him from getting to the paint yet.
No, he gets to the paint and then he gets to the paint and he's been using the right hand too at that. One complaint I used to hear a lot of people say he never uses his right, but he's using it. But
Yeah.
I mean, he goes left, and until you can stop him from going left, they can't stop you. Keep going. That's why I say if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Keep going. Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, and no disrespect to the process of these kids getting better, but on draft night, everybody you draft you're not gonna draft the Orlando Magic. You're not gonna draft Dennis Scott, Nick Anderson, Shaquille O'Neal, Penny Hardaway. Nobody does that in consecutive drafts, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You're not gonna have a Jalen Suggs, Paolo Banchero, Franz Wagner, Anthony Black, Jet Howard type draft. Most teams don't do that if they look to compete. You only do that when you suck. Right? You only do that when you suck. You know what I'm saying? So if you're the Knicks and you don't want to suck, you just got to realize some of the guys that you draft at 25 or 20 in the 20s not gonna be that guy.
Yeah, and that's a good. That's that. You know what?
Yeah.
That's a really damn good point, Free. That was a really good. Hey, if you had that, bam, 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 hit a pull a bully. Bam, 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 bam.
I think we got one. Let me see. Let me see if I got one. Let me see if I got one for myself. Let me see. That's the wrong one. My bad, y'all. That's the right. Did I hit the crying baby for myself? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, I hit the crying baby for myself. Okay.
Yeah, that's you just gave it to yourself early on. You know, you'll have a segment when you got to do that.
Oh my goodness. Dang, I sound like a crybaby, bro.
You'll have one segment somewhere. You know, we all have those moments. Everybody in Knicks Nation have those moments when we just ready to spit out the pacifier and let it go.
Right.
You know,
Right.
but that's a really good point. You know, like I said, you can put the crying baby in because Freezie, you know how you've heard me going in over and over about how you gonna skip the draft. You punted out of the draft for 2 years. That's something that still don't sit right. And I've seen people, they did it for the money and blah blah blah. Man, damn that. We not that nice yet. We not nice like that. You have to build. And the only thing we had was, well, you did draft somebody, Trevor Kills, man. You didn't draft nobody. You drafted the damn fullback.
Do that pick away. We do that. I wish we can find somebody that would just come in and just blindly support the front office regardless of what. Oh, wait a minute.
Yo, Freezie,
What's good,
you
boss?
be killing me. What's good, y'all? What's good, fam?
Brooklyn in the
How y'all?
building. What's good, Brooklyn?
All day, even when we're not in the building. Yo, what's goody, fam? What's good? What's good, chat? What's good? What's good? What's good,
Going
panel?
on, Free Keith. Hey, this is one of the. Hey, this is one half of the legends you got.
Yeah,
Like
the
I said, I
legend.
always said your flag, one half of your flagship
Yeah,
for the
man.
Blorange
Yo,
Tears Network.
love. Yeah, I'll go ahead. I'll go ahead and let y'all rock with that. I'm here for some good Knicks talk. That's what I'm here for. I
All
want to
right.
hear. I want to see. I want to see where y'all at with it. How my run it back? How my run it back? How my running back request looking?
Um,
You know, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm keep it a buck with you, Free Keith. At first, I was against it. My man Alawaz, he'll tell you, I was like, I don't know about all this. But I mean, the record speaks for itself. So, you know, hey, it's working. These guys, hey, things are going. I may not like it because I'm one of those traditional like to see more height. I still think we're gonna need some down the line, but things are working the way it's working. You got a better record. The thing is you know, it's still early on in the season, so who's to say or who's to know what's going to happen down the line. I can't predict tomorrow. You know, just kind of roll with it the way it's got to roll. But you know,
True.
I'm
True.
I'm I'm more pleasant. I mean, the one thing I do want, you know, we beating the teams we supposed to beat. Last year we were seesawing on that, so we've been solid on that. We do need to get up on these top tier, the teams that are up above us, the top tier teams. We got to start. You know, we're getting those moral victories, man. Bump the moral victories. I want the victory, so we got to start putting them down. We got to get that in. So we'll see how it goes. I do believe there will be a trade. Who or what, I don't know. I'm not gonna speculate to see who or what. I'm done with that. Um, we are where we are. And I may not like every move they make. They made some good moves. Some moves I like, some I don't like. But I'm riding with it patiently. Hey, we're doing. Hey, I have more faith in the Knicks front office than I have in my football team's front office. So I tell you that right
The
now.
Giants, yeah, the Giants. I don't know what they
That's
do.
that's a low
Nah.
bar though. Like that's a low
Oh
bar.
no,
Like
no, no, no. Well, see, Key,
I
I'm not a G man.
got.
I'm not a G
Oh,
man. I'm the
oh,
only
oh,
one. I'm not
oh,
a
oh,
G
okay.
man.
Okay,
I'm the
okay.
only who that there is, and they need to blow. Look, I was pulling for Detroit to blow us out yesterday. I was like, come on, game 50 on that neck. I wanted to see that because I want to get that front office blown up, get them up out of there. So that's a story. That's a conversation for a whole nother time. But and this front office had some hit or misses or whatever. But the little moves that they made, the other moves that for some did move the needle. Like I said, I like Dante DiVincenzo. I used to watch him, like, man, I like to get Dante. But then I was looking at, man, we're getting too small. We're getting too small because that was my thing. I was worried about our size. But they play tenacious defense. They've been
And let me
tenacious on the defensive side of the ball. So all the stuff that I've been saying, I said, and Wise, I know Ala Wise is still listening. I recant. I had to pull back. And I'm gonna tell you this here, dog. You were right on a lot of things. Still think we need some size, but you were right. I was wrong. So I'm a man about mine. So I can say that.
size is one thing. Like definitely, like nobody's gonna turn down size or whatever. But my contention was like, I think that cats were overlooking really not just the continuity, but what that really means. Like we ain't in the '90s. We ain't in no '90s level defense where like cats really got it. Like where size really mattered. You could outskill guys in today's NBA because you really not supposed to touch dudes. We say defense, but like eh, the
Defense ain't
best
what it used to be.
it ain't what it used to be. So to me, like size, yes, is a nice to have, but you in today's defense, in today's NBA's defense, you could outskill size. And I just rolled the dice. I was like, I think with Tibbs' mind to defense, I don't think that size is going to be a huge problem. And so far it hasn't. I'm gonna say the only game where I see like okay, we for real needed more size was the Minnesota game. Because
Yeah,
Minnesota,
Minnesota. Yeah.
they came to us. I mean, they hit us with equivalent physicality, which most teams aren't playing that physical level of basketball, but coming upon like the same level of physicality, that's where size makes a difference.
Okay.
And so, like, I'll give you that with Minnesota, but even them, I still think we could outskill them. But it's that's neither here nor there. I'm not
Well,
even thinking about trades or nothing like that right now, yo. Honestly,
Yeah,
like,
that Minnesota game was not indicative of what both teams do.
yeah.
Right, because
Now,
for one,
Minnesota has been
Hell, I can't hear you.
they've been a good defensive team though.
yeah,
Y'all
but
can
mhm.
hear him?
that's not what I'm talking about though.
The
Mm.
way they were shooting the ball and everything.
No,
Yeah,
that's not what I'm talking about either. What I'm talking about is the Minnesota game was the fifth game on a 5-game road trip,
Well, yeah,
in
yeah. They
which
caught us on the
that
back end
Minnesota
of it.
game it was the third game in 4 days. You know what I'm saying? So it was the third game in 4 days, right? And then at the same time, you got dudes that were kind of dinged up, trying to figure out their way. I think that's the game that um Randall was still trying to figure it out. Like that version of Randall is not the Randall that we see right now.
Well, I just want to ask you. Let me ask you, catch this real quick. Or, this in regards to the Phoenix game. Did you see anything in your from your watching the game? Did you see things like that concern you, being that they were short of their big guns and the way they got out, even though we fought to get in and everything? Did you have any concerns about? But I mean, granted, they're in the West and everything, like I said, but
Phoenix came into that game. Phoenix came into that game with a whole different level of intensity than we did.
Right.
Phoenix dominated the intensity and the go after it. Like they out-Knicksed us for 3 quarters of that game. We started to get back into our game in the fourth quarter, but by then it was too late. But like where they came prepared for the team that they were expecting from us, and we didn't come prepared to give them that team.
And that's why you got to trade Grimes for an upgrade.
Look, yo, dude, let me tell you, Grimes is cool. Defensive intensity and defensive acumen is way harder to develop than than fixing someone's shot or waiting for a shot to come along. Y'all forget that Grimes is still only a third-year player,
Where's that crying baby?
Let
that crying baby mean, man?
Let him shoot himself. Here we go.
Free keep. The dude been out of hospital.
Yeah, it wasn't nonsense when y'all was waiting for 20 years for Frank to become Trevor Ariza.
Right. It was nonsense.
It wasn't a long time. That wasn't a long time then, right?
Yes, it was.
Y'all had patience. Then. Y'all had patience for a third year player then.
Hey, can I say something real free? I didn't want Frank in the first place.
Oh, not me neither. me neither. But I'm just saying.
I didn't want Frank.
I feel you. I feel 100% the same. Like I ain't see no skill. I didn't see any skill. NBA level skill to come in. Cats kept telling me about length and he tall, long, and blah 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 blah, and defense. But like I did not see an NBA player. Like I just didn't see it. Defense. But whatever. He was still a young guy. You got to give him time to prove you wrong or right. Cool. He proved a lot of detractors right, young Frank. But what I'm saying with Grimes, you know it's there. Just let him find his shot. Let him shoot that shit out. My fault. What I don't want him to do is stop shooting. That's what I don't want him to do.
And I'm with you. So I'm with you on that. I would like to see him do that.
Let him shoot himself out of this, because his defense
stop shooting. When did he start?
That's all I like to see him shoot. And I'm with Freddie because he's reluctant to shoot. That's something I had problems with when it came to Grimes, because it's like he would hesitate, or he heard it was a hot potato, you know. And then like real quick, I was gonna say this when you're talking about Frank. Look, I'm gonna tell you, I was like Trey on Boys in the Hood. I was swinging at the ab when they drafted him. I was like Trey, man. I was hot about that.
But you knew it was coming though. Like that's the thing about it. Like him picking Frank wasn't even a surprise. Like the talk was between. Like I don't even understand how Frank got talked up like he was like the next coming of Jordan or something. Like
man, look, I just know.
All that pre-draft talk between him and DSJ. Yeah, Frank was a bust, but you don't win every pick. Merry Christmas.
You're right about that one.
I'm saying you don't win every pick.
I'm telling you, if you don't remember Trey and Boys in the Hood, well, after that, boy, I was swinging at the air.
I know what you're talking about.
That was me with that whole Frank thing, man. I was like, man, I was miserable, man. You know.
And Phil Jackson being the basketball savant that he is, I have to feel that him picking Frank for us was a setup.
No, I think what it was, Phil got a hold of some of this Cali Kush out here, this Cali weed. That's what I think, man. Because man, he must have been on that on some smoking. I know it wasn't no South
alcohol. He was on that.
Man, look,
Weed and
Um,
alcohol.
you smoking that Juicy Bonds or some Gorilla, hey, smoking that Gorilla Glue 6.
Yeah, man.
I know it wasn't no sour diesel.
but back to Grimes though. Like where our faith, or I should say, like, faith was placed in Frank, misplaced in Frank, but that should not keep us from putting it where it should be. Like when we see this, like we see the signs, we know what Grimes can do. We know Grimes can shoot. We know we can.
Do we
You know
really
what I'm
though?
saying? Yeah, we do. Stop it, bro. Stop it. We know he can shoot. That that has been part of his rap sheet. We know he can shoot. He's in his third year. Progress isn't linear. You know what I'm saying? Like, but what he's doing that I appreciate is his defense isn't lapsing while his offense is off. Yep. And as a third year
Hey,
player,
can I fact check that though?
what, his defense is off too?
Yes.
He's playing less minutes.
No, man. You don't need more. You don't need more minutes in order to be a better defender. You defend in the time that you on the floor. Last year, I'm just fact checking, right? Last year, when I did the same search for Quentin Grimes was 27, right?
Mm.
Today, I did the same search. Full disclosure, being fair to the conversation, because being fair to the content and to the conversation is more important than being right, than me being correct. But last year when we searched at the end of the year, Grimes was 27. Right now he's 105.
Yeah,
Right now
that sucks.
yeah,
But I think
that's
that
what
you're
I'm
talking
saying.
about defensive players, or is that in
Yeah,
total?
this is win shares. This is defensive win shares. Grimes was 27. Right now he's 105. Right? And so to say his defense didn't fall off is not accurate.
I
His
think
shot was falling is to meet his
I
confidence.
watched the game.
His
So
confidence. I understand, but what I'm saying is I think his confidence or lack thereof has affected both the offense and the defense. Now
Yes,
that's my assertion.
just like Building
I,
Block said
I
earlier,
watched the
and I agree
games,
with him
yo.
on
I
it.
don't see him tentative on defense, bro. Like that. Come on, I see him playing a lot less time, bro. I see him playing a lot less. I see Dante. And and Josh Hart eating up his time because he's not productive offensively. So dude, it's not like, it's almost like what you're saying is like, oh, you put a guy who's supposed to be good on the court, or put him on for 5 minutes, or put him on for 3 minutes. He's supposed to be, he's supposed to have his defensive outburst. That it just doesn't always work like that. Like
No,
how Tibbs
Keith, what I'm saying
tried to
is
put Frank in the game, the playoff game against the Hawks,
against Trey Young.
defensive Frank, and what happened?
Bro, you got
Like, yo,
one job, bro. You got one job to do.
What happened?
But Free Keith, let me ask you this.
Frank.
I'm gonna just say this. It don't matter. Like when Free Keith come on, it don't matter if it's 3 minutes or 30 minutes or 90 minutes. Free Keith is gonna be fire because he brings something to the table, right?
Mhm.
But it doesn't. But it doesn't just work like that across. I play a guy for 3 minutes. I play a guy for 3 minutes. He gets a couple good shots off. But if I have him the whole game, I lock down the majority of his game, his shots over the course of the game. You can't just you got to take that into account.
No, not when RJ Barrett is a top 5 defender. You don't need Grimes for 30 minutes. When RJ
Exactly. This is what I'm saying.
When Hart's
this is what I'm
defense is
saying.
improved, when Jalen
His
Brunson's
offense
defense
is keeping him
improved,
off the floor. It's his
right.
offense that's keeping him off the floor.
And
But when he's on the floor, he's an engaged defender.
He's not better than RJ or Hart or Quickly or Brunson.
RJ's defense has tremendously stepped up this year. You have to admit that, though.
Right.
RJ and IQ defense,
It's not-
you see the change.
Because Grimes' defense right now, as bad as you want to say it is, it's still better than RJ's defense last season.
Yes, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, RJ made a big I love RJ this season. And I really hope I hope this isn't like a long ass like a slump, but like that RJ of the beginning from playoffs until the beginning of the season, that RJ will help us get to the Eastern Conference Finals.
No, and you're right.
But
I agree with you on that.
But he has improved a lot. One area being, well, up until now, he had improved consistently in consistency. Two, like his 3-point shot came along out of nowhere. 4, his defense is up. This is out of. He was not playing defensively like this last year.
Right.
So all I'm saying is I don't think that Grimes is broken, and I don't think that he is bad. I think that he's a 3rd-year player, and he's on a good team, and he has a prominent part on that good team. So yeah, that's just what's going to come with the ups and downs of that development there. But what I will say is I think that Dante is turning Grimes into trade bait. I would say that.
Man, ain't nobody.
That's a fact.
Ain't nobody getting
Okay. If a trade is coming along, if the trade is coming along that is going to require some young whatever or personnel from the team, I would bet you dime the dollar right now that it would be Grimes in that deal over Dante.
Free Keith, you see where RJ Barrett is ranked? Right, RJ Barrett on the screen, right? Of all players that play about 30 minutes, RJ Barrett is ranked 5th. Right, you see Gabe Vincent and Evan Fournier there, right? Because of one stretch, Evan Fournier was on the floor with us, and we locked a team down, but he hadn't played since. Right, so if Evan Fournier's defense is improved, Brunson's defense is improved, Hart's defense is improved. Why are we sitting here talking about Quentin Grimes and his parental lack of confidence issues? Bro, he a grown man living in New York making millions of dollars, bro. I'm not about to give this cat no virtual hugs, bro. You
ain't nobody giving nobody no virtual hugs. All I ask is like the same level of evaluation go for him. Like, dude, Catch was giving even RJ unlimited. Oh, he's only 19. He only 20. He only 21. He only 22. Like,
he only 23.
Come on, this dude was a 25th pick. Like, man, let him rock.
Jokic was the 44th pick, bro. He the MVP.
And nobody saw that coming.
So
and if they did see that coming, he wouldn't have been a 44th pick.
But to that same point that you said, nobody saw that coming, right? So we're acting like we can see Grimes coming?
No.
Wait, where does this make sense at?
No, you put him on a regular developmental timeline. That's what that means. That means that although one player was irregular and yeah, something was missed in evaluation and he went at the 44th pick, Grimes went at the pick he was supposed to go at, and he's developing as such. More useful, I'm going to say, than most 25th picks.
Quickly was the number 25 pick too.
Okay, you're really
Quickly.
Grimes is better than Quick. Come on.
I would say this about Quick.
They 25 picks, right?
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Quick. The thing about Quick also is when we drafted him is during the Rona, when Rona was around, and if we would have had college playoffs, March Madness, and everything, IQ wouldn't have been drafted that late in the draft. I do believe that he wouldn't have been drafted.
He was the SEC Player of the Year.
Yeah, he would have been drafted high up.
He was already SEC Player of the Year, though. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, what do you mean? Like, he shouldn't have went. He shouldn't have went that late as it is. I'm not even talking about this quick. I'm not even talking about like after having seen him in the NBA. If this was that draft, nowhere in the world that Quick should have went 25th. And we traded back to get him.
And we also traded back to get Grimes.
We traded both of them and left with extra picks.
Yeah, because Grimes was drafted by the Clippers, and we drafted Keon. What's Keon like? Keon,
something.
whatever
I
his
don't know
name
why I
is.
want to
Keon
say
something.
Keon Doolin, but it's not.
Yeah, Keon.
Not Doolin.
Nah, we drafted
Keon not here no more.
Nah, because we traded him for Grimes. We traded him for we traded him for
Yeah,
Grimes.
we traded a cat whose name you can't even remember for Grimes. Yeah,
I can't even remember Grimes' first name.
you can't remember. Okay.
What's his name?
Right.
Carterell Grimes.
Quintavious Grimes.
Quintavious Grimes. Yes, that's him. Yeah, my thing is I think we get dragged into the Grimes conversation because we desperately want our draft picks to pan out. Right?
No, because y'all desperately need something to talk about.
Or that. But
because this team is plugging holes. That's why. It's plugging all negative Knicks fan holes. And now cats getting nervous. They gotta dig in the crates. Oh, but Grimes, what about? Yeah. I see y'all. I know what's going on. Narrative hunting.
we are.
Hunting for narratives.
What's
like, you see Grimes? You see? That's the reason why Tibbs is a bad coach.
Nah, what's his first name? His first name is Boris, right? Boris Grimes. Boris, we out here pounding the table for Boris. No,
that's first last middle name.
Yeah, Boris. You know his brother is a professional hockey player. His brother played for the Islanders.
Freezie.
No cap. Nah, his brother is a hockey player for real.
No, I know his brother's a hockey player.
A lot of these guys come from sports families, though.
Yeah. But Freezie, you know for a fact, man. I'm kind of worried, man. I'm a little worried. You go somewhere, man. We go out to a game and Grind C. He may hit you, but he may put the leg tight to the
it's malice in the garden. As soon as he see me, bro. And I ain't even gonna throw no cup, bro. I'm gonna just be chilling. I ain't even gonna throw no cup. It's just malice in the garden, bro.
What's gonna happen? I'm gonna tell you. Remember, I'm gonna get you sucker when they came up out the hats. That's all I'm gonna say. He gonna see you. Woo, Uncle Freezie. He gonna tackle y'all. Gonna be rolling around the floor, or you gonna turn your heart in you. He gonna turn your heart in you, bro.
Why me? No.
On the ground, holding that knee like Peter Griffin.
But I do believe though, like all that said about Grimes as a speculative piece for a team that wants to rebuild, I would definitely use him, as some of these teams are going to have fire sales towards the trade deadline, towards the end of the year. I guarantee you we're coming out this game. What?
I like the Bulls.
The Bulls? Yeah. Oh, the Bulls is definitely having a fire sale.
Oh yeah, I mean, but we see this every season. A fire sale.
The Lakers gonna have a fire sale. You don't see it like that. This CBA is about to make some things that actually happen.
The Lakers? Or you mean the Clippers?
I'm sorry, the Clippers. The Clippers about to have a fire sale. Clippers got to have a fire sale. Fire sale, because they got
Bulls.
Clippers got no picks to rebuild, and they ain't going nowhere with that team.
Right.
So they're going to have a fire sale just to get some picks up so they could rebuild.
Okay.
There's a bunch of teams, really, to tell you the truth, teams like the Pistons, good young team that just need more NBA experience, they're in a good position.
Right.
San Antonio's in a good position. Probably among the young teams, who's in the best position right now is Orlando. Yeah. Orlando is probably like a year or two ahead in their rebuild.
Yeah.
They got a young squad.
Picks. They hit on some really good picks, man. I had to give Orlando to the dudes.
Yeah,
but I'm looking at the Suns. I'm looking at the Suns. I'm looking at the Clippers. I'm looking at there's gonna be some fire sales happening. There's gonna be some fire sales. And good players is gonna be on the market. Good players.
And I think that's one reason, like I said, far as the trade, I'm not looking for a trade right off, like you said, Free Keith. I'm just be patient about it. I know that's the one word. That's a dreaded word. That's a
That's a
hard
dreaded word.
That's
Cat's been waiting.
word.
Cat's been rocking with a bottom team for 2 decades. For 2 decades, and don't have no patience for a couple more seasons as they're seeing stuff get better.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, and that's the thing. We just got to kind of stand by and not come with those knee jerk trade for this, that, and the third. Cream Bigums is available. Motorboat Jones is available. Go get
Motorboat
him.
Jones,
Yeah,
bro.
exactly.
You can get him for a draft pick, bro.
Nah,
Cats killing themselves. Cats killing themselves trying to work out trades for DeRozan. Come on, man. Like 35 years old. Like, yo, he ain't saved no team.
Yeah, I like DeRozan, but
I like him. He's a good player. He's a great player.
Right.
Yeah, he's a great. But for some of the stuff that's been put out there, because we moved on from the OG, because OG was the one last year, but with the whole mess
And he
going
looked like
on,
trash against us last week too. By the way.
and thank you, Freezer, for saying that. I want to bring because he wound up he almost fought. No, did he fall? No, he didn't fall out, but he had to ride.
Almost did. He
almost did. He had 5 fouls. But
yeah,
he
he got his fifth foul with his face.
Yeah,
he was so slow. He just fouled the dude with his head.
And Katz is when I bring that up, Katz is telling me, "Oh, it's just one game. You can't use a 1 game sample size." I'm like, "Yo, like a game against us. This is the guy you want us to pick."
Facts.
All I was asking him, "Is this your king? Is this your king?
Yeah.
Is this your king?" 5 points,
those.
5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 5 fouls.
I was
5
thinking,
fingers.
like I didn't want to go after OG, especially some of the stuff that people give. First of all, Masai was used to juicing everybody to get whatever he wanted. He figured I could strong. He was trying to gorilla pimp everybody.
He wanted
to get what he wanted.
Juice. He got enough to go around.
So
I remember once upon a time, Masai, the Cats were talking about Masai like he was Jesus.
Man, he could walk on water. Hey, he could walk on water and not get wet.
Yeah.
Cats was all Masai Johnson.
Yeah, but the thing is,
what happened?
Is Jesus walked on the sea, and Messiah was walking on a wet bathroom floor. Yeah, there's a difference. That's the water he was walking on, bro. He was getting out the shower. That's a
similarity. There's a similarity too, because we still waiting for Jesus to come back too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, everybody, I got to get out of here. I got to wrap up, man. I'm sorry to do it at the 3-hour mark, but you can catch more Free Keith. We don't have a game Wednesday.
That we will have freestyle though. We will have freestyle though.
Oh shucks.
Oh,
these games been messing me up, but like
yeah, man. So thank y'all everybody for watching and rocking with us. Hope y'all have a safe, productive, dope rest of your day. I'm gonna be coming back on today at some point before we do a Knicks at Night podcast. I have to do another Spotify joint. Thank you too for all the members of the channel that support. You see them, all the people with the things beside their name. Thank you to all of y'all for help keeping the bills on in here, man. We really, really appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for all the thousands of downloads and stuff. I think we had for a calendar year, I think we are at 13,000 or so downloads altogether. That's overwhelming. It's overwhelming that people would download this Blorange Tears family that much over the course of 10 or 11 months, man. I mean, with 13,000 downloads just to hear me and Free Keith yell at each other, man, thank y'all so much, man. Listen, man, we appreciate y'all. Fellas, I'm going to get out of here so I can get some stuff done. Thank y'all for rocking, man. Peace, y'all.
Peace.
And give Mitch more love.
Give Mitch more love.